Hello, YouTube universe. This is Bradley Hayes coming at you with another rant. I just got done watching a Piers Morgan interview with Robert Zimmerman's brother. You remember Robert Zimmerman? He's the one that, or George Zimmerman. You know, the story where he shot the Trayvon Martin kid. And the brother tweeted some stuff that he probably shouldn't have tweeted. And he's admitting that the way he tweeted it was wrong. And, you know, but he's trying to explain to Piers Morgan why he did it. But Piers Morgan is such a fucking douchebag that he can't even get a word in edgewise with him. You know, all he does is interrupt constantly. You know, I don't like it when conservative guys do that. And there's some of the conservatives that do that, but the liberals do that all the time. And the reason they do it is because they want to be shown to be having the power. They don't want the other person's opinion to be heard, because if the other person's opinion truly gets heard, they're going to look stupid. And Piers Morgan, he's just a jackass. You know, I don't mean I shouldn't be cussing like this, but he's a jackass. There's no two ways about it. I mean, you know, he's been coming down on gun control. He has guards that are armed. You know, he on his premises, on his property, he's got armed security. But it's okay for him to have it. But you know, anybody else wants to have guns, and I guarantee you, they probably have more than little handguns. You know, he's part of what's wrong with this country. People like him, and Jim Carrey. You know, I gotta be honest, Jim Carrey, he's pretty funny. I've liked some of his movies over the years, Man in the Moon, Ace Ventura, Mask. He's made a lot of really cool movies. I thought he was the worst Riddler ever in the Batman movie. It was the worst Riddler. He was like a gay Riddler, as far as I'm concerned. You know, but he wants to make fun of Charleston Heston, that guy. You know, and poke fun at him because he can't defend himself because he's dead. Other people, I'm glad that, you know, Ted Nugent and other people are sticking up for him. They're just sticking up for, Charleston Heston. But, you know, people like Jim Carrey, another guy who's got armed security. You know, you got all these politicians in Congress that are Nancy Pelosi. There's a real winner for you. Let's pass the bill before we read it. Guns are bad. Nobody should have guns. You know, and they all have guards with guns. I guess that must be a little loophole that's okay. You can't have a gun personally. But can you hire a bodyguard that has one? You know, probably that wouldn't work if I hired a bodyguard. I might need one after this video. You know, if I hired a bodyguard, they'd probably come up with something against that. I couldn't afford a bodyguard anyway, living on Social Security. But, you know, it's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy what's going on in this world today. And people like Piers Morgan, Jim Carrey, and a lot of them, they're venomous. They're evil. You know, these are the kind of people that the last days, you know, talks about the last days in the Bible, about people being lovers of themselves, boastful, prideful. That's these guys, you know. They think they're so great, and everything they say is logical, and everybody should follow what they say because they know better. You know, they're condescending nitwits who can make nothing better to do than make fun of other people. You know, I do try to stay positive when I come on here and do my posts. I like to do Bible studies and stuff like that on here. But you know, one of the things I love about YouTube is it's a chance to say what you need to be said, what needs to be said. Your opinion out there in your voice. And I challenge people to have their voices heard. If you have YouTube, you know, and you feel like I do on some of this stuff, then all means, get your opinion out there. If you don't agree with me, and you have good reasons why you don't agree with me, I challenge you to put them out there. Make some comments. Send me an email. Well, I don't know how you do that exactly, but you know, I'm more than willing to talk to people about this stuff because it just drives me nuts. You know, I shouldn't get too worked up about it. I should expect it. I mean, God promises us things are going to get screwed up in the end times. And I do believe that we're in them. And I believe we're going to, I posted yesterday, and I said I was going to do another post, and I think maybe I'll cover it this one. We really need to watch our government. The Founding Fathers, the way they created the Constitution, was that so we could have a little bit of mistrust for the government, and not just, kiss up to them and think they're going to take care of every need and just hand over our rights to them lock, stock, and barrel like we're doing. Because they knew that there was going to come a time, or that there could come a time, that the government decides to just take over. They think they know best, and they take over everything. And I think we're rapidly approaching that. Is it going to be the group of guys that are in power right this moment doing it? I don't know. Probably not. But maybe. We need to be prepared in case they are. Too many people today have the attitude of like, oh, that'll never happen. I tell people stuff all the time, and it's a possibility, and it is a possibility. And they're like, oh, no, that would never happen. How do you know it would never happen? You don't know any more that it never happened any more than I know that it would happen. Yeah, that's why we're going to get caught off guard one of these days. I mean, I think we already are being caught off guard. Increment by increment, these guys are taking away our rights. One of these days, it's going to be illegal for me to preach on YouTube, or for me to rant on YouTube, too. Our opinions will be shut up. They've already tried to do that in the past. At one point, they had a law in effect where basically they could censor the radio and not have people on there that they didn't want on there. I can't remember the name of the act, but it's like something about I don't even remember. I don't know. If I come up with the name of it, I'll put that in another post. And when I understand more about it, too, I'm speaking a little out of cuff on that one. I'm pretty much speaking off cuff of everything, really. But, I do have some knowledge on some of this stuff. I've done some research. And I'm not totally just getting on here. That's one thing. If you're going to have opinions, you should have some facts, a little bit of facts to back them up. But I love my country, and it breaks my heart to see it going this way. It's going down the tubes at a rapid speed, and we need to do something about it. I don't know what. I'm not posing anything illegal. I'm not saying we should go storm the White House or anything. I'm just saying we need to have our voices heard. We need to be protesting some of this stuff in peaceful, nonviolent ways. But we need to be ready. And don't let them take your guns away. Because there may come a time you need to use them. If they take them away, you ain't going to have them. And Jim Carrey, you're a jackass. I want to bring that point home. Jim Carrey's a jackass. Pierce Morgan is a jackass. All these guys, they shouldn't even be allowed to be on TV as far as I'm concerned, because they're just jackasses. But, at the same time, they have a right to be a jackass. It's, the very things they criticize are the reasons they're able to have the right to criticize things. If it wasn't for soldiers with guns, mind you, fighting wars for our rights, they wouldn't have the rights. They wouldn't be able to come over here. If we wouldn't have fought World War II, Hitler probably would have eventually taken over America. Possibility. I don't know. But I'm so sick and tired of liberal media. They can't let anybody contrary to them have a voice. They have to shut people up, and it's bullcrap. What Pierce Morgan did with the Zimmerman guy, he held his restraint. I probably would have snapped halfway through and been like, will you shut up and let somebody else speak? You keep interrupting me. You're a rude son of a bitch. That's probably how I would have handled it. It wouldn't have been right. Wouldn't have been very Christian-like. But, I wouldn't have put up with that. My temperament isn't made to just sit there and let you keep interrupting me and not let me have my say. I've snapped on people in Bible studies before. It's not good. But it's my temperament. I am working on that, though, to be more kind and patient and loving towards people. And if everybody did that with each other, we wouldn't have to have guns. We wouldn't have to have wars. We wouldn't have violence. We wouldn't have people being mean to each other. Because everybody would be full of peace, love, and hope. But that's not how the world works. And we have to deal with things how they are, not how we want them to be. So, well, anyway, I'm going to get ready to go. Peace, love, and soul to all you guys out there in YouTube universe. And please, you see these rants, you see my Bible studies, my music, whatever I put out here for you guys, please make some comments on them. Don't be mean, but, if you don't like something I got to say, don't just tell me I don't like it. Tell me why you don't like it. Give me some constructive criticism. Because if it's valid, I'll change. I'll put that into, take it under advisement, and if I think it's something that would work, I'll do it. But if you just call me and tell me I'm an asshole because you don't think guns should be allowed, well, I'm not really going to care what you have to say then, really. But if you can give me a good reasoning why guns aren't allowed, should not be allowed, and why the Second Amendment's not being evaluated, or ain't taken away by all this gun laws, well, talk to me about it. So anyway, have a good day. Peace out.